I am learning a new language. More specifically, the language I am learning is Hebrew. And if you haven't seen Hebrew characters before, they are pretty much symbols that almost are death. I mean, look at this. I have to know that. So, how do you go about learning a new language? That is a question that I first asked myself when I started doing Hebrew this semester. And, in all honesty, the best way to learn a new language is to get thrown in the deep end. So right now I'm up to learning how to translate full-on sentences and passages. And it's crazy, but it actually makes sense. So what does a passage of Hebrew script look like? Let's pull this one out. So this is a Hebrew Bible. So what side do you think most people would open a book from? This side. But no! Hebrew is read back to front. We open it from this side. And look at that! How am I meant to know this? But in all honesty, it actually isn't that hard once you get to know it. There's only around about 800 words in the Hebrew alphabet. Actually, probably closer to 1,000 to 2,000. That's a very big underestimation. So what is this book that's behind me? Well, this is a Hebrew Bible. So this is the language that the Old Testament was originally written in. So to be able to translate this, it means I can get a more accurate translation of what is written in here. And that's very different to what is written in English, which may surprise you. English is a weak language compared to Hebrew. And that is something that is one of my favourite things to know. I'm going to put that back. I'm just going to leave it. I can't get it back in right now. So, in learning Hebrew, what have I personally learnt? Well, one, I have learnt that it actually isn't that hard. Two, I've learnt that I can do it. Three, I've learned that English is a weak language. Number four, I've learned that I am able to know so much more about the world only by learning another language. Like, I'm not just learning stuff about the Bible, I'm learning stuff about culture and how people operate and talk and how people communicate in a way that's different to us, yet is fundamentally the same. I mean, when Hebrew was used broadly, the main method of communication was through oral and liturgical methods of passing on information. Whereas these days, our methods of getting information is this thing back here and these things. It makes life completely different when you think about it. So, communication. There's tons of different languages, and most of us only know one. So what does it tell us about how much we know about the world? Maybe we don't really know that much about the world. And perhaps we can learn so much more simply by learning another language. Shalom, everyone. Okay, guys.